Hi. Let's eat.
Maki, ABS-CBN News.
Mahigit 10,000 ang dagdag na COVID-19 cases ngayong araw. Kaya ang kabuuang kaso sa Pilipinas, sumampa na po sa lagpas 936,000. Ang laboratorio pa ang hindi nakasumiti ng kanilang datos. Bumaba naman ang active cases, mahigit 141,000 dahil po sa record high o pinakamataas na bilang ng nakarecover na lagpas 7,000. Pero
at iniwan ng mga dalang donasyon.
After Maki, ito naman.
Ang 20 anyos na working student na si Mark,
Eat.
ginamit ang sweldo para makapag-abot ng noodles at dilata.
Love it.
May nakaisip na ganito kasi naghanap din po kami para makatulong din po. Bali, binigyan naman po kami ng gift ng kakayahan ngayon eh. So, yung mga may kakayahan ngayon, pwede silang tumulong din. Tapos, yung mga nangangailangan, natin lang tulungan.
Labis naman ang pasasalamat
Love it.
ng mga nabenepisyohan ng community pantry.
It's mouth water.
Noodles at condiments para sa mga residente na apektado ng pandemya. Sabi ng organizer na si Letlet Lector, inspirasyon nila ang maginhawa setup na antig din ang ilang residente ng Palolete. Kaya may community pantry setup na rin doon. Gracie Rodao, ABS-CBN News.
susunod community pantry movement tinuring na mabuting virus na kumakalat ngayon ayon kay Bishop Pablo Virgilio David. At ang makukulay at naglalakihang saranggola sa International Kite Festival. Lahat na yan sa pagbabalik ng TV Patrol Weekend.
In this edition of Daniel, listen to the voices of a very different degree of cultural thought leaders. Their active part in the restoration and recreation of period structures is invaluable. Our main goal really is to end poverty, no? And by giving skills or developing na pinalilibutan ng malinaw na tubig. Nagsilbi namang silungan ng mga bisita ang mga puno ng niyog sa isla. Pwede ring mag-set up ng tent. Maganda, maaliwalas, mahangin.
Itong Malamawan Island, wala po itong mga cottage, natural lang, Kung pupunta sila dito, may dala sila dapat na mga tent.
Pwede ring mag-wild duck watching at walang entrance fee. Panawagan lang ng LGU, pangalagaan ang isla. Pero dahil sa COVID-19, nagpaalala ang mga opisyal na laging sundin ang health protocols. Pwede ring puntahan ang Sulphur Lake. Makikita ang mga pinagpatong-patong na bato at malinis din ang tubig. Tinarayo rin ang Salvacion Rolling Hills. Dito makikita ang malumpiang burol at ang taniman ng tambo o tiger grass na ginagawang walis. Numero 1 naman sa 25 most beautiful beaches in the world, ang internationally renowned New York-based magazine na Travel and Leisure, ang Saud Beach ng Pagudpod, Ilocos Norte. Sa kanilang April 12, 2021 article, pinuri ng magazine ang puting buhangin at malinaw na tubig ng Saud Beach. Roxana Revelo, ABS-CBN News.
Ang sarap sana niya kung pwede nang pupuntan, Kaya sa Salano, medyo malayo sa atin.
She is the oldest queen of ancient Egypt, whose name is known by historians. During the great history of ancient Egypt, the pharaohs played a more important role than traditional figure attributed to kings and emperors. The Egyptians considered us sacred beings to the Egyptians. According to the beliefs of the time, the pharaohs had inherited divine blood. They were descendants of Horus, and for that reason, only those who belonged to that same lineage were entitled to the throne. This explains why some women have taken over throughout Egyptian history. In contemporary peoples, only men have the right to rule, but the Egyptians always chose a woman with divine blood over a man without that trait. The pharaohs were not only in charge of governing, they were also the supreme commanders of the army, the highest magistrates, and the highest priests. The pharaoh was the human figure closest to the gods. Despite all the benefits available to the pharaohs, their lives were not particularly easy. Some took on the burden of governance of a nation for the age of 12. The heir to the royal throne was prepared from childhood to fill the position. He had to learn military tactics, the history of kingdoms, and military conquests. He also had to learn to read, write, and memorize religious rites. Despite the authority of the pharaohs, they rarely remained in power for long. Their reign was often interrupted by invaders or coups. To prolong the reign of the pharaohs, every year ritualistic festivals took place, the Opet festivals. The objective was to rejuvenate the pharaoh and his bond with the gods. When a pharaoh was able to remain in power for about 30 years, a great party was organized to exalt his reign. At death, he was honored with parties, songs, and rituals of passage to the other world. Around 2686 BC, the phase known as the Ancient Empire, also known as the Pyramid Age, began. In this period, Egypt was already established as an empire, having commercial relations with the Lebanese, Palestinian, and Mesopotamian peoples. Egypt had become a land of great riches. During the Ancient Empire, there were great artistic and architectural breakthroughs. The paintings that adorned the temples and palaces were made with great skill, whose proportions were calculated with high precision. The dye came from the extract of plants and minerals, insects and animal blood,